Welcome to Storytime Segment 3, Tulsa City County Library, Build-A-Rater Storytime. Miss Tori, reading books, singing songs. Here's our hello song. Hey, howdy, hello. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad you could join me as I talk and play, so come in. We'll write and sing, we'll smile for a while, and we'll read a few things. I've got stories to share, and so much to be done. But if we all work together, we can make the day fun. I'm so happy you're here, you know. Hey, howdy, hello. Let's go. Okay. All right, this is Storytime Segment 3. That means I've already done 2 of these. This is number 3. We're going to start with some bouncy songs. I'm going to grab my pony. This is Roach. Say hi, Roach. And we're going to do some bounces. Bounces are great for bonding between parents and guardians and their little ones. And also for helping babies develop rhythm. So, they're fun, and I love them. So, let's do some bounces. I want someone to buy me a pony. Jig jog, jig jog, jig jog, jig. Not too fat and not too bony. Jig jog, jig jog, jig jog, jig. Sway, for I want to go for a ride all across the countryside with a jig jog, jig jog, jig jog, jig jog, jig jog, jig jog, jig. Okay. This is the way the ladies ride. Quip, quip, clop. And this is the way the gentlemen ride. Trot, trot, trot. And this is the way the farmers ride. Hobbledy-ho, hobbledy-ho, hobbledy, hobbledy, hobbledy-ho. I like my pony-themed bounces. A smooth road to London town, a smooth road to London town. The road goes up and the road goes down, a smooth road to London town. But by and by we come to a wood, and there the roads are not so good. A bumpy road, a bumpy road, a bumpy road to London town. A smooth road to London town, a smooth road to London town. The road goes up and the road goes down, a smooth road to London town. But by and by we come to a dell, and there the roads are not so swell. A rough road, a rough road, a rough road to London town. Okay, good bounces, everybody. Okay, and you can get off everyone's laps now. We're going to put Roach away. Say bye-bye, Roach. Bye-bye, Roach. So one thing that Roach and I like to do in the springtime is we like to go camping. Love to go camping. We don't actually like to go outside. You don't have to go outside to go camping. Did you know that? You can just get a blanket, and you can make a blanket fort out of the couch cushions or the table if mom and dad say it's okay, or just a couple of chairs. Blanket forts are fabulous, and then you can go camping. Or you can actually set out a tent outside if you've got a nice yard. But today I've got stories for us about camping. So this one is Biscuit Goes Camping. Biscuit Goes Camping, and it's by Alyssa Satin Capuchilli. And the Biscuit books, I want to point out, are available for digital download from our digital collection. So if you like books about small, adorable dogs, and who doesn't, then you can get more Biscuit books online. I had hoped my dogs would be in here today, but they're not. I'll try calling them. I hear them. Let's start the story. This way, Biscuit. It's time to go camping. Woof, woof. There you go. Come on, dog. Reading a dog book. You have to join us. There we go. We have our tent. See, you don't need a real tent. She's just putting a blanket over the clothesline. We have our flashlight and blankets too. Woof woof. Silly puppy, no tugging. It's time to go camping. Woof. Wait, Biscuit, what have you found? Woof woof. Ribbit. You found a frog, Biscuit. Woof woof. Ooh. Scary noise. Funny puppy. It's only the wind, Biscuit. There's so many new sights and sounds when you go camping. Woof. Oh, Biscuit. What have you found now? Woof, woof. Blink, blink. It's a firefly, Biscuit. The firefly says goodnight. It's time for us to say goodnight too, Biscuit. Curl up, Biscuit. Woof, woof. Crack, crack, boom, boom. Uh-oh. That's not good camping weather. Oh no! Here comes the rain. How can we go camping now? Woof, 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 woof. Biscuit, wait for me. Woof. Smart puppy. You found the perfect place to go camping. Blink, blink. Woof, woof. Good night, Biscuit. And there goes our firefly. One time I was laying in bed at night and my ceiling started blinking and I didn't realize it was a firefly. I was so convinced it was a ghost. It was scary for a minute there, but then I laughed at myself because it was only a firefly trapped in my house. All right. All right. Okay, here's the song I sang an hour ago. You're my honey bun, sugar plum, plummy, yummy, yumpkin. You're my sweetie pie. You're my cupcake, gumdrop, snookum, snookum. You're the apple of my eye. And I love you so, and I want you to know I'll always be right here. And I love to sing sweet songs to you because you are so dear. Okay, now that book had a lot of night noises in it, so I thought we would sing Good Night by the Laurie Berkner Band, which involves a lot of animal noises, and it's also just a sweet little song. I gotta play the right chords though. Oh, I'm a little frog and my daddy loves me. I'm a little frog and my mommy loves me. When they tuck me in to say goodnight, they say, ribbit, 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 good night. Good night, good night. Good night, little frog, good night. Good night, good night. Ribbit, 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 good night. I'm a little owl and my daddy loves me. I'm a little owl and my mommy loves me. When they tuck me in to say good night, they say, whoo, 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 good night. Good night, good night. Good night, little owl, good night. Good night, good night. Woo, 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 good night. What other animals should we do? We could do a dog. Biscuit's a dog. Oh, I'm a little dog and my daddy loves me. I'm a little dog and my mommy loves me. When they tuck me in to say goodnight, they say, what do dogs say? Woof, 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 good night. Good night, good night. Good night, little dog, good night. Good night, good night. Woof, 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 good night. And now we should do a silly one. I like to do a tiger because it's part of the original Laurie Berkner Band song. Oh, I'm a little tiger and my daddy loves me. I'm a little tiger and my mommy loves me. When they tuck me in to say goodnight, they say, rah, rah, rah. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, little tiger, good night. Good night, good night. Rah, 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 good night. I'm a little kid and my daddy loves me. I'm a little kid and my mommy loves me. And when they tuck me in to say goodnight, they say, good night, honey, good night. Good night, good night. Good night, little darling, good night. Good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night. Good night, sleep tight, good night. Good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. All right, there's the Good Night song by Laurie Berkner Band. Okay, got another camping book for us. This one is Pete the Cat Goes Camping. This is our second Pete the Cat book of the day. Can't get enough Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat Goes Camping. By James Dean. Pete is excited to go camping. This is his first time. Don't forget your sleeping bag, says Dad. Or your hiking boots, Mom says. The campsite is deep in the woods. Mom and Dad set up the tent. Pete and Bob, that's Pete's brother, help collect sticks so they can make a fire later. Fun times. Pete and Bob go for a hike. Bob shows Pete the footprints of different animals. Do you think we'll see anything cool? Asks Pete. Maybe, says Bob. Bunnies are cool. I'm happy when I see those. Pete and his dad go fishing. They must be very quiet and very still to catch a fish. Do you ever go fishing? Fishing takes a long time. They finally catch some fish. Mom builds a fire. She cooks the fish for dinner. It tastes yummy. Next, Pete toasts marshmallows. Pete makes s'mores with chocolate and graham crackers. It starts to get dark out. Bob tells Pete a story about a scary, hairy giant. The giant lives in the woods. His name is Bigfoot. Do you think Bigfoot lives here? Asks Pete. No one has ever seen Bigfoot before, says Bob. Don't let Bob scare you, says Dad. Bigfoot is not real, Mom says. Pete sighs with relief. Whew. But if he is real, I bet he's friendly, says Dad. And likes s'mores too. Everybody likes s'mores. Except dogs. Dogs can't have chocolate. That's not scary, thinks Pete. Maybe he wants a s'more. Pete leaves one for his hairy friend. Do you see how you make a s'more? You use crackers with marshmallows and chocolate, and it makes kind of a sandwich. And the chocolate gets all melty, and the marshmallows get all gooey. Those are wonderful. Soon it's time for bed. Lights out, boys, Dad says. Bob and Pete share a tent. Pete gets into his sleeping bag. It is cozy, but he cannot sleep. The woods seem extra dark, and all the sounds seem extra loud at night. Pete hears a weird swooshing sound. What is that? He asks Bob. That's just the wind, says Bob. Pete hears an odd chirping noise. What's that? He asks out loud. Those are just the crickets. Pete hears a strange hooting sound. Hoo, hoo. What is that? He wonders. That's just an owl. Pete thinks of his friend Owl. Pete hears a loud snapping sound. Crack! What is that? He wonders. But Bob is already fast asleep. Pete listens carefully. Crack! Is it Bigfoot? Pete peeks outside. It's too dark to see anything. When Pete wakes up, he checks the spot where he left the s'more for Bigfoot. The s'more is gone! There is a note. It says, "Thanks for the treat, XOXO." That means hugs and kisses. XOXO. Pete shows his family. Wow! I knew Bigfoot was real, says Bob. Pete knows Bigfoot is not scary. Just because he looks different does not mean he is scary. He even likes s'mores, too. Who's that in the bushes? I think Bigfoot is watching. That was Pete the Cat Goes Camping. And I was teaching you guys a fun camping song with silly words in it. So let's do that again. We're going to do a Ram Sam Sam. It goes like this. A ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 gooly, and a ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, a ram sam sam, gooly 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 gooly, and a ram sam sam. Oh Raffy, gooly 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 gooly, and a ram sam sam. Oh Raffy, gooly 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 gooly, and a ram sam sam. And if you don't like the silly word version, you can also sing a Pizza Hut, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. It's a silly camping song. Okay, other story I thought I'd share with you guys is Scaredy Squirrel Goes Camping. And I don't know that we've got time to read the whole thing, but I'll sum it up for you. So Scaredy Squirrel Goes Camping by Melanie Watt. And the Scaredy Squirrel books are also available for digital download. Scaredy Squirrel Goes Camping. Warning! Scaredy Squirrel insists you check your zippers before reading this book. He's afraid of zippers. If you've read his other stories, then you know about that. Scaredy Squirrel Goes Camping. Scaredy Squirrel never goes camping. He'd rather be comfortable inside than risk going out in the rugged wilderness. Besides, setting up camp seems like a lot of trouble. A few troublemakers Scaredy Squirrel is afraid could get too close for comfort. Skunks, mosquitoes, they're everywhere. Quicksand, you never know. The 3 bears, penguins, and zippers. So he finds a simple way to sit back and enjoy camping from a safe distance. Television. Look, there's all kinds of camping shows coming up in the TV guide. We don't have TV guides anymore. How old is this book? I don't know. Scaredy Squirrel sets up his new television, but he realizes there's a problem. He needs to plug it in. Reaching the nearest electrical outlet will require major survival skills. A few supplies Scaredy Squirrel needs to pack: a really long extension cord, popsicles, tomato juice, cement, a fan. He's got his wilderness outfit, includes nose plugs, very important, to bypass nasty odors, walkie-talkie, the Scaredy motto, a prepared camper is a happy camper. He's got his map. Mosquitoes are itching to get you. Fan yourself to blow off these thirsty critters. Wherever there are coolers, penguins rule. They're as cold as ice and won't warm up to you. Toss popsicles to occupy their sharp beaks. That's why he packed the popsicles. The rubber boot camp. So here's some exercises to get ready for camping. First, you bend sideways, then you bend over backwards, and then you bend frontwards, and then you reach up tall. Repeat 143 times, it says. That would be a great workout. And you can also run an obstacle course to practice. And if it's sunny, that's a good time. If there's volcano activity, don't go. The following afternoon, right on schedule, Scaredy Squirrel proceeds toward the campground. He's got his extension cord for his TV. He's looking for an outlet, remember. Scaredy tugs. He pulls. He looped the loops. But suddenly, a penguin appears. This was not part of the plan. Look, it's just a mini golf course. That's all. But Scaredy Squirrel doesn't know that. Scaredy Squirrel panics. He spins, he dashes, he bolts, he crashes. He takes cover and plays dead. 30 minutes later, 1 hour later, 2 hours later. Oh. Scaredy Squirrel finally gets the drift. He forgets all about the skunks, mosquitoes, quicksand, 3 bears, penguins, and zippers. The wilderness isn't meant to be seen from afar. It's meant to be enjoyed up close. Scaredy breathes the fresh air, savors roasted marshmallows, gazes up at the stars, gathers pine cones, listens to songs, and gets comfortable. Early the next morning, Scaredy Squirrel plugs in his extension cord and follows it back home. The wild adventure has inspired him to approach camping differently. He's using a toaster to roast his marshmallows because some things are worth the trouble. So that was Scaredy Squirrel Goes Camping, another book you can download at home. So we talked about camping, and we talked about s'mores, which are a great part of camping. We sang a silly camp song, and now we're going to do our goodbye song. I do have one more story time segment left. We're just going to take a little break, and then we'll be right back with more stories. And I actually have more stories about camping for you. So here's our goodbye song. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Well, goodbye, everybody. Well, goodbye, everybody. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Silly voice. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Well, goodbye, everybody. Well, goodbye, everybody. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Well, goodbye, everybody. Well, goodbye, everybody. Well, goodbye, everybody. See you soon. Okay. Stick around for more stories in a few minutes.